Hi and welcome everyone for another episode of Rescaline's online meeting. Today we are very glad to introduce Ms. Madhumati for her talk here. Thank you, Madhumati, for being on the show.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And today she's going to talk about how we can effectively use social media as a business network, which was supposed to be used by people as a social network, and right now people have been using it as a platform to connect with people and get businesses as well. So I'll give the floor to Madhumati right now. Madhumati, you can have your video turned on and you can start sharing your screen.
Yeah, sure. Can everybody see this?
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So hello everybody, this is Madhumati, and today's topic is about social media being more as a business network than a social network. Why this topic is because social media, like when it started, yes, it was for social networking and talking to people, knowing your friends and family from a distance. All that is fine, but eventually businesses found what they needed in this social network. And
Madhumati, sorry to interrupt. Can you turn on your video?
Yeah, one second. Is that fine? Yeah. So since businesses have started finding what they actually need in the social media, so they've started using this platform for their business. So first, communication media. This social media actually started out as a means of communication, and in business we all know how important is this communication. So initially it was all through text, audio, video, images, and all these things even now we use, but the difference is traditionally it was more a monologue, but now it is not like that. So here I've just told a few examples of how the communication used to be. Through radio, for example, if it is for audio, then it is radio we use, and then on TVs we use a combination of audio and video, and on newspapers we use image and text. Like that, we used the various combinations throughout the evolution of this business communication. But now it has become more interactive and engaging with the help of social media, and we'll see how. Here we're going to talk about the evolution. How has business communication evolved and now reached into social media? So as I already told, it was traditional communication was more a monologue. Why do I say this? Because take for example any company, when they wanted to tell something about their company, maybe an advertisement or branding or any announcement, it was all like they would tell it to the customers, but the customers couldn't question them or ask them or engage with them from their side. So if it is a ad on newspaper, okay, we see it, that's all, that's done. On TV, we see it, that's done. The maximum that communication could happen was through these press conferences or interviews, these kind alone. So that was a problem. And then this social media started coming up, and then people started interacting a lot over here. So this interaction became a lot of interest for these business people, because that is what needed to be answered. The people were interacting and businesses want to get use that data, and then this communication has facilitated the business to engage better, and then they could get access to a lot of data through this communication. One second. Yeah. So now that the social media has started getting into the lives of people very easily, and businesses could use this method, and at this point the traditional marketing and then digital marketing started coexisting, because there are certain spots even now where we cannot completely avoid traditional marketing, like B2B businesses that without traditional marketing, without direct sales, you can't do anything. But when it comes to other sides of that, we need digital marketing to just show off that we exist over there, and then to interact, engage with them, and all these things. And then now it has this digital social media has become so important in the lives of people and in the lives of businesses to survive, that most important communications like announcements, everything happen through this excuse me, everything happened through this social media. Like for example, any announcement even the prime minister makes on Twitter, that is how important it has become. And then most of the audio launches happen on YouTube nowadays. So that is how businesses started evolving into the social media. And then apart from marketing, there are various other functions of business that happen, that entirely happen on social media. For example, you take LinkedIn. It is a platform for professionals. Now today, almost 640 million professionals use LinkedIn for sourcing, for recruiting people. So that is for HR. And then you want to do marketing, you do it on Facebook ads, you make it on Instagram, promote them and all these things. And then you want to advertise, you want to show off that these are your talents and like models and whatever you want to showcase, you can do it on Pinterest. Like that, each of the social media has each of its specializations. So this is how it has evolved. And then this is just for your example. You take Twitch. Twitch is again a specialized one for this gaming and all these things. People make a lot of money through this Twitch. They promote and then they find recruitment, they find career opportunities on Twitch and all these things. So these are just an example that I wanted to show you. And then benefits of social media integration. This is one important, the core of our discussion today. So first one is customer engagement. Why customer engagement? Because this is, social media is one place where all the customers come in together, and you have all sorts of people in one place. You can just segment them according to your needs, and then you follow them and then understand their needs exactly, and then you engage with that particular people. For example, if you posted an ad on newspaper, you don't know who sees it. You just pay for the like for the whole thing. But on social media, it is not like that. You target on your right customer, you engage with them, and you put your budget based on that. And then increased sales. Now we have a lot of traffic through their social media, like people like influencers, and then the company itself has started creating content on this on this kind of media, and then that again adds to the sales of their business. And then reputation again. Yes, here you build a network, you build a connection with the customers of yours, and then you tell your story, you through the posts or through your responses, how you engage with them, how soon you respond to them, and all these things. Like if you have a problem with Airtel, you go to their page and comment that your service sucks, and they're going to respond immediately. So that by that the customer gets in, okay, these people are like caring about the customers kind of sense. And then market research. This market research, though it is not a mainstream market research that happens, but still it happens, because most of the times what happens when a movie releases or something, the poll starts, will this movie be a hit, or will it just lose out in the market? And then a new product comes in, and influencer comes and tells, and again the poll starts. Like that, you can at least to some extent find out whether this particular thing, advertisement or anything, will work out or not. And then you can do a lot of experimenting also. And then cost saving on advertisements, as I already told, through advertising on social media, your cost is very less. The maximum you'll spend is just on the graphic designer or something like that. Apart from this, we have a lot of career opportunities that this social media is giving apart from this business. Many people work as social media managers for these celebrities and people who want professional handling of their accounts. And then they have strategists, online designers, and then SEO consultants. Like that, we have a whole range of service providers and opportunities out there. And then this is a small part of it, how to integrate the business with social media. First, we need to identify where we want to hit, what is our target. And then like if it's a new business, you want to sell a few products online, then what will be your initial objective is to gain traction, and then get a few followers and increase your followers, increase your reach and all these things. Over the period, it will increase to how many people are interested about your product, and then how much of sales you're generating every week or every month. Like that, your objectives keep changing. And according to that, you have to create the culture at your workplace also. This example is of Skyline University. This is one of the universities I visited, where they give a lot of importance to their social pages, where the faculties keep posting about their life at the university, and every month the faculty will be awarded for the best post. Like that, they create a culture where they show off that they proudly show off that this is what we do in our company, in our business, this is what our business is. Like that, they motivate the employees also along with the customers. And then update and be updated. We need to keep updating ourselves with the new trends, like this Amul advertisement that they give artistic representations of the trend of the day and all these things. Like that, they have to do it online. And then also update about their everyday working. By this, the people will have something to engage with. Though they'll talk about the business, they'll understand, they'll get to know more about the business, and by that, the business stays in their mind like for a long time. Now, these are the very important part of this discussion, the strategies. So now that we know the importance of social media, now social media has become a part and parcel of any business, in whatever maybe the function is. So what are the few things that we can do in order to get the the best out of the social media? First one is make a commitment. Commitment is a self-promise that we make. So this commitment can be any way. It can be either saying that I will give value in whatever posts I do, or else I will keep this regularity will be there in the posts I do, and then or I will do something and make these advertisements very often, and then I make sure that the customers are going to come to me. And this kind of commitments we make so that we stick to it and we follow it. And then establish goals. So now, as I already told, when in a business, your goals can be short term or long term. By establishing goals, you know what you're doing. Like, for example, if your goal is to get 1,000 followers by the end of the month or week. So if that is your goal, then you start promoting, you start following people, you start doing things to reach that goal. Like that, we have a lot of things. So share your story. This is where we can understand building a brand is the core over here. By which I mean this sharing your story. It is, after all, social media, that we share our social lives also. So when it comes to business, keeping it casually and telling what your business is about, how you evolved into it, you have a personal connection with the customers. That might not happen in traditional marketing. And then time setting. It is really important to set aside specific time every day to dedicatedly work on your social media and engage with the people. And then there are certain times, like if it is from 6 to 8 of this particular day, then the traffic will be high. At that time, you will have to make sure you give a creative post over there. So it is important to align that time also. And then listening to customers. Social media is one platform where customers openly talk about the business, whatever their idea is, or whatever the problem that they're going through, the product, or whatever they want. Either they troll you or they appreciate you, by somehow they communicate it to you, and you need to listen to it. And that is one place where you get a lot of feedback. And then focus of the platform. See, we have a lot of platforms, like we have Pinterest, we have Twitter, we have Insta, social, and Facebook, and all these things. You can't come and talk politics in Instagram like how you talk politics in Twitter. So each one has its different specifications, and doing that in that particular platform will reach a lot of productivity. Yes, we can have presence on all platforms, but we need to focus on one particular specialized platform. And then automating the process. This is one major importance of social media. We can automate it. You can automate your posts using various tools. We have exclusive tools for scheduling the posts that you want to do. And then the ads, like I want to promote my page every 3 days or every thrice a week, like that. We can schedule everything and use a lot of tools by which we can reduce the energy that we spend on, but still have a lot of efficiency in our page. And then making a social media calendar. This is like a usual calendar that businesses make. Just for the interaction on social media, we make an exclusive calendar. By this, you know what campaigns are you going to run when, and how are you going to schedule it. And then how do you, for example, if you are going to conduct an event on this particular day, then how are you going to communicate it to people? Like that, we have everything in plan. Yes, we can't plan everything in advance for a long time, but at least for 6 months or 3 months, we can do it. By that, we can yield better results. And then learning from the best. Like how we post our business things on social media, there are other better people also doing over there. So it will be very useful if we can follow them and learn from their posts and their activities. It is okay. Like some people are better than us, so when we see their ideas, their way of posting, their strategies, we can get ideas from them. That is what I mean by learn from the best. And engagement is equal to growth. The more we engage our business with the customers, the more growth we can expect. Because if you're a person who posts once in a month or once in a week, that might not engage much with the customers. But there might be a competitor who posts and gives a lot of things, like once every day or twice in a week, or someone who is engaging more. By that, they stand a lot in their brains, so that company is remembered more. And then providing specific services. We can't provide everything to everybody. So if you're doing this social media marketing, if you're providing only the advertisements, do only that. Whichever we are specified in, whichever we are professional in, it's better to provide that way. So these are a few strategies that could be useful in social media. So this is about the presentation. Once to summarize, we saw the okay. It is about the communication, and then the methods, and then the evolution we saw, and what all a few we had, and then we saw a few benefits of integrating it, and then we saw a few strategies of social media and business integration. So this is all about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhumati. Thank you so much. I think it was great to get your perspective about how businesses are using social media for building their revenue, having their own set of customers, and building a loyal following. And can you stop your screening right now so that we can take some questions from the floor?
Yeah.
Team, if you have any questions for Madhumati, she'd be happy to share her thoughts on your ideas. So if you have any questions, you can throw it to her.
So, hi Madhumati. Ram
Hi.
Kesan.
Yeah, Ram.
So, I have a doubt. Okay, so the title that you chose, it's like social media is more of a business network than a social network.
Yeah.
So, my biggest dilemma when I saw the heading was, can business network happen when there is no social networking inside?
No, it cannot happen, because this concept itself evolved because there is social interaction between people. if it is only professionally that you will have to talk, you can do it. Like, you don't need anything like that, because only the professionals talking. You can have something else for that, but when it comes to social media, you do that because you have a lot of data coming in from your clients, customers, by when they casually talk. When you have to do it professionally, they might not be that open and you might not get so much of data.
So when business are using this network to form society, how is it going to help the social media platform become more social?
I'm not sure if it'll help them to become more social, but it'll help the businesses to take advantage of it.
So it's,
Maybe the social will become more cautious because of this, and that is where the saturation begins. So I thought of focusing more on the positive side, so I didn't speak much about that.
okay, so basically how I have been looking at it is Facebook, I think baby boomers, the first generation were the users of Facebook, social media were Orkut, then comes Facebook. And slowly now all these users need some
Yeah.
social media platform. So now they are all in LinkedIn. And when all these guys are LinkedIn right now, they are in the age of professionalism. So maybe most of them, when you see the LinkedIn users, the top users would be more of professionals as compared to when you said Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
So this evolution of this new mediums happening is based on the time frame rather than based on the, what do you say, based on the activity that is done. So it is not professionalism, it's not LinkedIn, Facebook, it's not, it's the time, I guess. I have been always having a doubt on, which is because even now LinkedIn is being, once it started being used by all other users, the new users, the new netizens.
Yeah.
The purpose of LinkedIn, a professional platform, it is changing.
Okay, I didn't get the last sentence you told.
Like LinkedIn started as a professional platform.
Yeah.
Is now changing because all this new netizens is the young millennials are using it.
Yeah.
More of social people than professional people. They try to be professional, but their content that they
More
share
social.
is
Yeah.
more social. So I think all platforms will become social than professional.
Yeah, that is how they can, that is correct. Yeah. Exactly. If they don't become social also, it is not an advantage for businesses. Like, take for example, they're actually trying to make it social, because it is going, for example, this Instagram and Facebook, more businesses have started branding and more of businesses coming in. Now a few articles say that they are going to revamp it, where they're if you have to do a branding on that business, you will have to invest a lot of time and energy on it, because they are prioritizing social information, social interaction on that. So it is becoming like that, but with some effort, it is coming back to social interactions. Yes.
So social interactions has to become the primary.
Exactly. They have to become, but
businesses should become more social than brands should become more social and less professional if they have to survive in social media.
Yeah, and most companies are using that also. Like, you take for example Capgemini, they show off as though, I mean, I don't know how is it exactly inside, but when they post things on Instagram or Facebook, they show as though they are like casually being, and then their work culture is like very casual, very happy kind, like that, social ones.
Okay.
So, and I'd like to add something to this conversation, where it's not just about being social or being professional. It's about aligning with the culture of the platform. For example, I've been on a community which is called 9gag, which is predominantly dominated by memes, like videos and humor in the dominant sense. And when you post something of TikTok on 9gag, the community gets so tense that it does not want it inside. So right now, when you go to LinkedIn and someone shares, like a meme or a post that says "my boss is bad" or something that teases the professional community, the community gets really irritated with the fact that it is not something that is aligning to the network. So every single platform has its own kind of community and culture that they have inside. So anything that is else to that will be considered a noise, and that is why we communicate in different ways in different platforms. So when you said like on Instagram, you have to communicate in a lifestyle way, because people who are on Instagram will like lifestyle content, and the algorithm also favors like that. And if you go to Twitter, it's going to be predominantly dominated by text more than videos or photos, because if you can't expect you to post a profile picture on Twitter and expect people to retweet it, so that is not going to happen unless you are going to be a celebrity or also you have a mass following. So I think it's better to have a culture and understand the culture of the audience who are in the platform, and that is how these business people have to be social with it. So the business being social, aligning to the culture, will actually give them a roundabout culture of what's happening inside the platform.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Yeah, so I just want to thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, I think we have enough time for that, and I think they don't have any questions anymore, because your content itself was very clear and crystal. So thank you, Madhumati, for taking your time and giving us this amazing presentation. And thank you one and all for joining the meeting. We'll see you again in another meeting. It will happen next Friday. And until then, this is Team Reese Kaline and Madhumati signing off. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.